side of the fence with you eventually one day, because just for you not looking at them no differently than what they are as a person.
Right.
They gonna,
And it's not looking at them no different as a person. It's just that I'm just actually one hit away from being back to where they're at. It's by God's grace. I still on the straight and narrow. And believe it or not, when I finally got straight, I never went to rehab. I just actually stopped doing what I was doing.
So yeah. So the key to recovery, man, is not forgetting those that are still out there. You know what I mean? That you grew up with. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing.
Yeah,
I call Brooklyn and Staten Island, pretty much every day, man, to check on my people, man. Because I know, been there, done that, done that. And
did you ever play with Tom Gugliotta, or he was after you?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Tom Gugliotta came after me.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, even today, like if I went through a normal treatment program, the things they said in those normal treatment programs wouldn't fit my lifestyle. There's like not associated with past folks that use and things like that.
Yeah.
I talk to all my past friends that use, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I want to see how they still living, because I can still be living that way. And I always want them to see how they can be living if they make a couple changes in their life.
Exactly.
So again, like the streets actually made Chris Washburn a better person. You know what I'm saying? The NBA, like I said, I had all the money, but again, my attitude was starting to get bad. I started feeling like I was real special.
Amen.
And I started feeling like things or I owe things. You know what I'm saying? But the streets made me understand that, hey, I'm just a regular person. I bleed like everybody else bleed, and I can have a habit like anybody else could. But then also I can go back out to them same streets and help people.
Well, I can't blame you.
Can I ask a question in regards to the basketball going flat? And Mr. Sparrow, Mr. Washburn, it seems like you guys have made the great transition from your NBA lives into, your everyday life now. And I think the question I wanted to ask was, when the basketball went flat for you guys, your circle, you both mentioned you shorten your circle, you tighten your circle. When the basketball went flat, did you went and shorten your circle yourself, or did you started noticing friends falling off after the NBA was done, or highlights or college careers and everything was done for you guys? Did people just fall by the wayside on their own, or did you started separating yourself from those certain individuals that were around you when you had that spotlight on you?
You want this with Sparrow, or you want to take it?
Well, you can go. We'll both hit this one. We'll both hit this one.
Well, in my case, let me just say for me, when I stopped using drugs, that cut off a certain amount of people. Okay, because I wasn't going to those same areas anymore. You know what I'm saying? And the contact in the beginning, I had to actually lose contact. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get yourself straight when you have all the interference on the side. Other folks are still trying to get high and such and such. So I separated myself for a minute, and then once I got straight, the friends that I already had, even when I was on drugs, were still there. You know what I'm saying? The genuine friends like Sparrow, my coach McDuffie, Spud, all those guys were still there. They went to the wayside because, again, they had to let me get myself straight. You know what I'm saying? But once I got straight and they saw it, then all the love came back from them kind of folks. And then I started at this point in time now, because I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I got the guys I used to get high with are kind of gone now. The folks that I always had in my corner there. Now the new folks I'm starting to pick. Those are my picks of my choice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At this time, like I say, now my circle is of friends, the different races and all that stuff. But we all have the same goal. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? And again, race doesn't see, to me, I don't see a color in the race when I'm trying to get money and trying to help folks.
There you go. Okay.
So Mr. Washburn, I got a question for you. We got to get back to the book real quick.
Talk to me.
exactly what was it that actually compelled you to write the book, and how long did it take you to write
Babe.
Well, the book took a minute to write because at first, I was trying to do it myself. I'm sitting there writing little chapters. But you gotta remember, I had a damn SAT score of 470. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, it would have taken me a lifetime to write this book.
I'm glad you said that because that was one of my questions.
So ran across a guy that was in the military, and he was doing some book stuff. And by chance, he took me under his name. His name is G.L. Henderson. He does a lot of romance books and things like that. If you Google his name, you can pull him up. He took me to a little book thing for black writers. And from there, like I said, he put me with some people at first, but the people in the beginning, a lot of times, even still now, I run across folks that want money up front. And like I say, the first few people want $10,000 or $15,000 up front to help me write the book. Eventually, I ran across a guy. His name was Ron Chessup. I had done 49 books, drug books, and things like that. That took a chance on me and did it for free. And that's how we got started. At first, they said it was going to take about a year and a half to do it. It took us about 8 months. So, like I said, right now the book is out. Like I said, it's called Chris Washburn, Out of Bounds. Again, like I said, it just shows you a person all from grace, able to get back up on his feet again. And again, as I said, walk straight up. Because I went from the $1 million houses to eating out of trash cans, sleeping in abandoned buildings. Stealing to bring food home, you know what I'm saying? And these are all choices that I make. And so, like I say, the speaking company that I have is called CW Enterprises, TAC. And the TAC means thoughts, action, consequences. Because every time I did something, there was a consequence at the end.
I like that.
See, Mr. Washburn, I love that because everything that you saying right now, what it's accountable. You holding yourself accountable for everything that you done been through. And
because nobody see my thing different from a lot of
everything. And see, me and my good brother, Mr. Galloway, had a conversation or two on this show like maybe a month or so ago. And I always say this: at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you have, how much fame you have. If you do something wrong, you got to hold yourself accountable for it. Young, old, or whatever. When you in the spotlight and you famous, you still got to hold yourself accountable for what you did.
Correct. And like again, even in the business world now that I choose, I still have some more street ways with me because again, I don't like, what I'm saying, I don't like owing nobody or anything like that. I don't like looking over my shoulder.
And the hustle never dies.
I hold myself accountable in the words that I say. If I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. If I'm not gonna be there. And again, that's just in life. And again, like I said, a lot of times now, it's a whole lot easier, believe it or not, when you just tell a person a yes or no. You know what I'm saying? Instead of stringing things on for longer. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my life has gotten a whole lot better. Let's just say, as I said, after basketball, I went through the journey that I went through. But now after 25 years,
So yes.
Sometimes you gotta have those to get to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You gotta have those to get to the best version of who you are.
So with adding on to what Chris is talking about, man, there's no loyalty in your get high buddies. There's a difference. And you get the loyalty in your get high buddies and your real buddies that's going to tell you better than that. They're not going to chastise you. They're not going to tell you this and that. They're going to tell you, you better than that. But you get high buddies, they're going to always try to to keep you in to keep you in that loop.
Yeah, they want to keep you in the loop.
Keep you in that loop. So you got it. So you got to choose you got to choose which side of the fence you want to go on now. Like my life after I finished playing ball over in South America. You know what I mean? Like when that money ran out, this and that there. Who was there? Who was that? You know, who was that?
Right.
That was
Yeah, I've never been able to call one of my get high buddies to bar or anything.
That's my point exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been able to call one of my get high buddies to ask for some real advice. You know,
Let me ask you this question: like, even during your time of doing all the things that you was doing, getting high, was it a point in a time that you realized like, hey, I gotta stop being so available to everybody else because they around me because they know if I get high, I'm gonna get them high.
Hey, look, look, guys like me, myself, and Chris, we were selfish. We had people that loved us. His mom's loved the ground he walked on.
But
I love the ground he walked on. The coaches loved the ground he walked on. There was people that loved the ground that we walked on. You know what I mean? But we were selfish. Like we were selfish.
So y'all was our own worst enemies.
Like, yeah, exactly. We were selfish, man.
and again, you got also look at the age because I remember back in Laurinburg when I was in school and Sparrow was there working at the school and we was, we were in high school, but we were smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Most of the kids there were from the Virgin Islands and stuff. And it was just common for them to bring the weed back and us to smoke. And Sparrow used to tell us, look here, y'all can't always be doing this, man. Clean your room or get the smell out of the air. We used to always think Sparrow was old, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what he's talking about. But understand, Sparrow was actually speaking life, and he was giving us life. But because of the age we were at, we couldn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, what he was telling was actually some of the same stuff I ran through later on in life. You know what I'm saying? He was like, look, if y'all gonna smoke, hey, I'm not gonna tell y'all not to smoke, but everybody ain't gotta know y'all smoke. Clean your room up, do such and such, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And these were things that, again, that was just an old pledge trying to tell the new ones that was coming on. You know what I'm saying? Some of the ropes. But again, it's up to that person to grasp what that person is saying. See, my thing was, my name was so big, made me feel like I didn't have anybody could tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? I would listen, but then again, I'm still #1 high school player in the country. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still walking I'm in high school, I'm going in the liquor stores buying liquor, and they know I ain't no damn 21. But because I had that name and size, I could do that. So it was hard for me to understand what Sparrow was saying until I started losing shit. You know what I'm saying? When I started losing stuff, I started, these things would start, not for everybody, but for me, things like that would start ringing back in my head. You know what I'm saying? All the way back to high school, junior high, things somebody done said to me. You know what I'm saying? And Sparrow always stayed in my head about some things. You know what I'm saying? And like I said again, it's just up to that person at the right age. You have to be able to acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, and grasp what the person is telling you. Or you're going to be like me. Later on in life, it's gonna come back to you, but you're gonna be done miss so much stuff because you wasn't listening to that.
Them OGs always needed.
Yeah, they definitely are. And and the kids call me now, and I be tripping. They call me OG. Who you call? I keep forgetting. Damn, I'm 60 now.
I can always remember OG telling me, man, you don't get old being no fool. Bro,
hey, look,
you know what I mean? So
my grandma used to tell me, I used to joke and play with my grandma, and the one thing that resonated with me, they keep me alive and keep me grounded. She always would tell me, I was your age, you got to be my age.
You got to get, yeah.
You got to get there.
Yeah.
And you don't understand that at a young age because when I go out to these kids and I ask them, is 40 old? They be like, yeah, 40 old. And I was like, yeah. At 20, 40 was older than me until I turned 30.
Yeah,
now I'm looking at 40 like, that ain't too far away.
My brother right here, Derek Galloway, celebrated my 21st birthday with me.
Oh my God.
My grandma looked at me and him on my 21st birthday with my specialty cake that she got made for me. She said, man, you got to get my age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got a 2-part question for both Mr. Sparrow and Mr. Washburn. This is 2 questions for both of you guys. Number 1, are you both following the NBA today? The way the game is being played. Are you watching it? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? You don't watch it? You don't keep up with it?
I'll answer mine first. No, I don't watch it. I mean, I periodically watch it. It's too soft for me. I tell you, I watch the girls more than I watch the guys. To be honest. But the guys, you got big men want to play point guard and guards want to post up. Totally different when I play. So no, I don't watch it because it's not enough bumping and pushing and a jaw getting hit, a tooth getting knocked out. I don't see none of that stuff no more.
So Dad, this is bringing me to part 2 to that question. Mr. Sparrow, for your position, do you still watch the NBA and dabble in it or anything before I go to part 2?
I don't watch the NBA. Okay. Again, it's a totally different ball game now.
It's cupcake.
The kids are out of control. You're getting, letting them in the league, at a young age. They're out of control. You ain't got the veterans. You ain't got them kind of veterans like back in the days. You had them veterans, man, that put their foot in your butt. You know what I mean?
No more Oakleys. No more Oakleys.
Ain't no more Oakleys and ain't no more Oakleys and Patrick Ewings and Bill Lambert and all them. There's no OGs no more.
So here's part 2. Here's part 2 to that question. If you were to magically turn into 21 years old, how would you fare, both of you guys? How would you fare in today's NBA? Would you feel like you would dominate because of the running gun? Mr. Washburn, would you dominate because it's the lack of big men in the NBA? It's really just Jokic and maybe Giannis and Wemby, not too many, dominant big men like it used to be. And Mr. Sparrow, would you dominate in your position, like on the wing, with so many running gun, with your ability to shoot the mid-range and the ability to score at will? How would you guys fare in today's NBA if you were to play?
I feel as though I would have been my game would have been perfect for this era because I was doing what they were doing back then and getting in trouble, shooting long-range jump shots and wanting to bring the ball down court, dribbling and all that. They don't want big men dribbling the ball like that. A lot of times you watch the NC State game, you see me on the fast breaks, and I'm leading the fast break. And I keep telling these guys that, when I was, 2021, I was running a 4.5 40-inch vertical, and so the long jumping 23 feet.
Absolutely.
The sideline was only 15 feet. I can go from the sideline. So my game fared pretty good.
Okay. Mr. Sparrow?
Yeah. Well, it's just the game is selfish now. You know what I mean? Like, you have guys. They don't talk about assists no more. People, assists and setting up, making sure the big men are happy. And that kind of thing.
For each other, running.
There's a lot. You got very few teams. Like like I was watching. I turned the TV on and I watched Jokic and
that's why I like the Knicks
and Mars last night. They that pick and roll thing, this and that they got going on. There's not too many. It's not there no more.
You got Denver, and you probably got Golden State.
Denver, guys. You know what I mean? That's 5 or 6 teams and unselfish teams, but the rest of them, there's 30 some teams in the league, man. Come on, man.
It looks like to me. It looks like AAU. It looks like AAU right now.
All right, let me ask y'all this question.
Hold on, real quick. I just really like to thank you guys because once again, Mr. Galloway just destroyed my next question. So I have nothing else left for you. I appreciate that.
Look, I'm bad.
I need to get Mark in here for a second, but I just want to say my next question was: see, I do not have an NBA team. I am in the transfer portal. I mean, when Jordan left the Bulls, so did I, and I just been floating around teams. And I was going to ask you